Hello, everyone. Today we'll be looking into Sita's character for the last time. Let us begin. Thus, Rama and Sita, along with Lakshmana, Hanuman, the Vanaras, and Vibhishana, went back to Ayodhya. They were welcomed with joy by Bharata and everyone else. Soon Rama was crowned as king, and Sita was his queen. Everyone in the kingdom was happy, as Rama was the most righteous of kings. So, for a while, Rama ruled his kingdom in peace, until one day he heard that one of his subjects was talking about the year Sita had spent in Ravana's kingdom. How can Rama take back his wife after she has spent a year in another man's house? If our wives did this, then we too would have to accept them back, he said. Rama knew that kings should be leaders whose conduct should be beyond blame, so he unwillingly decided that for the well-being of his subjects, that it was better for Sita to leave Ayodhya. As it so happened, Sita was pregnant and had asked Rama to fulfill a wish of hers. She wanted to spend some time with sages and be in the peaceful atmosphere of an ashram. So, using this pretext, Rama asked Lakshmana to take her to sage Valmiki's ashram, but Lakshmana was asked to leave her there forever. Lakshmana obeyed his brother sadly. Sita was shocked when she was told about her husband's orders in the forest, but she accepted her fate. She lived in sage Valmiki's ashram the rest of her life. She raised her twin boys, Lava and Kusha, there. They grew up to be brave and talented young men. When they were old enough, sage Valmiki took them to Ayodhya and gave them back to their father, Rama. Valmiki also advised Rama to accept Sita back, but Sita prayed to Mother Earth. At this, the earth split open. Mother Earth herself emerged out, sitting on a golden throne. She asked Sita to come to her, saying that her daughter, Sita, had undergone enough trouble. She took Sita in her arms and went back into the earth. Thus ended Sita's eventful life. Now let us look at some of the character traits and character analysis of Sita. Sita is the embodiment of purity. Her purity comes from her utter devotion to her husband, whom she loved with all of her heart and soul. She did not worship him because he was handsome, strong, and wealthy. She admired all of this in him, but she respected even more his integrity and his devotion to Dharma. She knew he would uphold Dharma and do the right thing at any cost. Being a person who followed Dharma herself, she had in Rama a fitting partner. She was his Sahadharma Charani in every way. Yet Rama's devotion to righteousness caused Sita great suffering. She was publicly asked to prove her purity, quite humiliating for any ordinary woman. Finally, she even had to leave Rama and live away from him. Rama, the one person she loved the most, for the well-being of their subjects. She accepted all this because she realized that righteousness was dearer to Rama than his wife. Yet Sita herself is extraordinarily powerful. Her ability to withstand fire, to put up with Ravana's unending temptations and threats, to bear separation from Rama, and to raise her sons to love rather than hate their father are all inspiring. Her power comes from her devotion to Rama, who in turn was devoted to Dharma. In contrast, the people who put their fate in adharmic Ravana met tragic death, however powerful and able they were. Now let us look at some lessons learned from Sita's character. Sita's strength of character, humility, devotion, and purity make her a guiding light to all women. She was reputed to be the most beautiful woman of her time, but it is her inner qualities that make her radiant. Her generosity, her ability to cope with difficulties without complaint, the way she lived her forest life cheerfully like an ordinary woman, despite being a princess, are all lessons to all of us. We tend to complain for every minor difficulty. Here is a princess who faced all the challenges of life bravely with a smile. That is the end of today's of the analysis of the Ramayana characters. We will go on for some comprehension questions in the next recording. Thank you all for listening. Jai Shri Banara.